Minasan, welcome to Game Grammar. Tomu desu. We're celebrating the 20th anniversary of Pokemon today, so our first vocab word is shunen. It means anniversary. You just stick a number in front and you're good to go. 今日は Pokemon の20周年だ. With that out of the way, oh no, I'm being sucked into a time vortex. The ghosts of my past have come back to haunt me. Okay, wait. Ghosts don't exist. Bit of an overreaction, my apologies. But my Game Boy Advance with Pokemon Leaf Green has transformed into a Super Game Boy with Pokemon Green in it, and in accordance with the greater law of time travel plot devices, that means it must be 1996, because it's impossible that we're just playing Pokemon Green instead of Leaf Green. Who would do that? Green was talking to an Ossan, and I have to talk to whoever Green talks to. I'm not stalking him. In fact, because he talked to the Ossan, or old guy, in the future, Green's actually stalking me. Yeah. Let's see what the Ossan has to say to us. ここから先は本当に強いポケモントレーナーだけ取れます. We know ここから先は already, but that's in the year 2016, not 1996. Have we learned that koko means here and kara means from, and saki means ahead, leading to the conclusion that koko kara saki refers to a distance between here and some destination ahead of us? How about that wa marks this phrase as the subject of our sentence? Time travel's confusing, I don't know anything anymore. But I do know that tsuyoi means strong, and it's an adjective, so it modifies the noun, Pokemon trainer. So we've got some strong Pokemon trainers ahead of us. Toremasu means can pass. You just start with toru, the simple verb to pass or to go through, and then you change it to its potential form, toreru, by changing the u to an eru ending. So here, ru became reru. Side note, all Godan verbs follow this u to eru form, but Ichidan verbs replace the ru with rareru, so miru becomes mirareru. You could even just attach the unconjugated verb to koto ga dekiru, and it would mean the same thing. Back to the toreru, it becomes toremasu, because it's conjugated again in the polite teinego form. Honto means truly or really, and the ni particle turns the word into an adverb, so it can modify verbs and other adjectives. Here, it's modifying tsuyoi. Finally, dake means only. Altogether, this sentence says, ここから先は本当に強いポケモントレーナーだけ取れます. From here on, only truly strong Pokemon trainers can pass. あなたはまだグレーバッジを持ってませんね. Anata means you. Because it's marked by the particle wa, we know it's the subject. Anata is used in polite speech very often. We've seen omae and kimi before, which are less polite ways to say you. Mada means yet or still. And then we encounter two loanwords. We know because loanwords are almost always written in katakana. Gurei is gray, or gray, if you're one of those people. And badji means badge. In English, it's the much more flavorful, bolder badge. Now, mottemasen. Motsu is to hold. Motteru is its present progressive form, like I am holding it. Mottemasu is the same, but now it's polite, and mottemasen is the polite form, but it's also negative now. But this one is still missing an E. You thought only colloquial speech dropped that E? No way, Jose. Polite speech is also known to skip it. Literally nobody wants to waste any time with a single syllable. Before you accuse the Japanese of being lazy, remember how many things they have to put up with. Kanji, several syllabaries, extreme work hours, barely any vacation. Just cut them some slack, will you? Ne is just him agreeing with the sentence. Isn't it? We saw this earlier. あなたはまだグレーバッジを持ってませんね. You aren't carrying the gray badge yet, are you? Though carrying seems a bit odd here. Motteru is used in Japanese, where in English we would say have, as well as carry. If you are carrying it, you must have it, right? It makes sense. So we could translate this as, you don't have the gray badge yet, do you? 決まりですから、通すわけにはいきません. Kimari comes from kimaru, which means to be decided or to be settled. Stem verb forms like kimari are essentially nouns, so kimari is a rule that's been decided by an authority. Des is the copula to be. Kara here is because. So, kimari desu kara means because it's a rule. We've seen kara as from before, and they aren't too different actually. Because it's a rule is saying the same general thing as it's a rule, and from that, in both cases, we're marking a starting point, either a literal place or just a logical starting point, and following with a new statement based on that fact. Tosu means to let pass or to overlook. You know, like, eaman ga tosenai. Oh, wait, I think I got that wrong. Never mind. Verbs in simple form followed by wake ni wa ikanai, or the formal wake ni wa ikimasen, which we see here, means you're trying to say, I can't do that, despite wanting to help you. If you try to translate it literally, you might come up with something more like, I can't go to that reason. So, yeah, let's stick with, I can't do that, despite wanting to help you. Kimari desu kara, tosu wake ni wa ikimasen. Because it's the rules, I can't allow you to pass through, although I want to help you. This sentence is still a bit awkward, and a finished script can't have parenthetical statements in it. If we just take what's in the parentheses out, the guard starts to sound a little firm, too much like Gandalf taking on the Balrog, so we need to tweak this sentence a bit. I'm sorry, but rules are rules. I can't let you through. We still get the sense that the guard would like to let us through, even if he's just saying it to be polite. But when it comes down to it, he can't let us pass. Solid translation. High five, team! The gray badge must be in Tokiwa City Pokemon Gym, obviously. It's right there. Green told us 2 episodes ago that we don't have any badges, so the game's making sure we know what to do to progress. I hate to rely on a jerk like Green for help, but it's 1996, and I've certainly never played this game before, and I didn't get the Prima official strategy guide for Pokemon Red and Blue until 1998, so I have no clue what I'm doing. Tokiwa Jimu no doa ni wa kagi ga kakatte ita. Jimu means gym, doa is door, kagi is key, and kakaru is hang, and what? Does this make any sense? The key was being hanged? Oh, my editor is saying that kagi ga kakaru is a phrase, to become locked with a key. So, kagi ga kakatte ita means that when you checked it, it was locked. It's in the past progressive, but our literal translation, the door was in the state of being locked, is weird English, so we're just gonna say, was locked. Ni wa is a double particle. Ni usually means in or at, but the wa particle is added to emphasize that the location itself is also the subject. In many situations, ni wa is used to stress that something happens in a particular area. Tokiwa Jimu no doa ni wa kagi ga kakatte ita. The door of Tokiwa Gym was locked. You might say, it's still locked, like right now, in the present, which is 1996 in case you forgot. So why did we say it was locked? And the fact is, sometimes you say that. Like, I checked the door and it was locked. It is still locked, but when I checked it, it was locked. Sometimes languages are just weird when you start thinking about them too much. Anyway, we can't break down gym doors, so... Oh, Doc, good thing you're here. But before we go back, here's something that didn't pop up in today's episode. In early Pokemon games, the Pokemon you battled were referred to as Teki, which means enemy, rather than today's Aite, which means opponent, but in a friendly way, like sports and dance partners. You can tell things were a bit more fierce back in the days of yore. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to support us, please subscribe, like the video, or leave a comment. Be sure to check out our website, gamegrammar.com, where we post articles designed to help you make sense of Japanese, and Anki decks with vocab from this episode, as well as other games. You can also follow us on Facebook or Twitter, and you can financially support us at patreon.com/gamegrammar. Seriously, weapons-grade plutonium isn't cheap, folks. Until next time, mata ne. At 0.7 meters, or 0.7 meters tall, 2 foot 4 inches, and 6.9 kilogramu, 6.9 kilograms, 15.2 pounds, Bulbasaur is both the tallest and lightest Kanto starter Pokemon. Being a plant will do that to you, though I would have expected Charmander to be good at burning fat. Exercise jokes.